I want to give back to the community, right? The community is being wherever I came out of it. But it implies face-to-face, ground-level organization, organized around a common experience, common background, common political views, maybe just a common problem, like everybody's got the same disease. And it's used now for just about any group formed online, so long as it's positive. So you and I, for instance, we don't talk about a Holocaust denier community. Now, on structural grounds, there's no reason not to. These are people with a common interest who interact and have lots of things to share with each other and so on and so forth. But because we judge the purpose illegitimate, those people can't constitute a community. You don't talk about the child abuser community, right? But again, there might be very well a community in a structural sense. So the word is very widely used, and now you see it, the Campbell soup community. Why not? What does that mean? Just come online, exchange recipes, give us your email so we can send you soup or coupons for soup and so on. And in fact, social networking has become such a buzzword in the world of PR and advertising and so on. You go into I was in Tesoro surface station, filling station in the Big Island, Hawaii a couple of weeks ago. Said friend us on Facebook. Why would I want to friend? Even if I live there and you've got gas there, why would I conceivably want to friend these people on Facebook? But it's just become a reflexive tick. Body shots. When we talk about online community or virtual community, we come up with all the questions that come up around the notion of virtuality. On the one hand, you can think of the online experience as merely supporting an existing community that's already out there, or as amplifying or extending that community, but the community has its essential life offline, or as transforming that community into something else, or finally it's something that's created online that really didn't have an existence before that. And obviously, most groups are going to participate in more than one of these. It's not going to be easy to distinguish which of these it is for any group. So, your high school alums, people who went to high school with you, let's say you have a mailing list now, and how many people do routinely, I guess it's Facebook now, routinely communicate with people they went to high school with? Facebook, or even, the point of being Facebook friends, a little higher, I just can't see anyone. Maybe half, maybe 2/3. You're the first generation in history who will not lose contact with the people you went to high school with. Because everybody else, then they come back. If you grew up in a pre-digital world, they show up 35 years later, they dig out your email and come and say, hi, you remember me? We were in algebra together. Nonetheless, the communities there out. I mean, the community of being an alumnus of Grover Cleveland High School, whatever, that's independently existent. And the online experience and network experience merely makes communication among those people easier and supports it and makes it easier for continuity when people spread out and go to different regions and so forth. You might have a professional list, like a book history list that Paul's an active participant in, or no longer. Is the book? Weren't you doing that for? Don't you flame every once in a while? What's the list you flame? What's the one you flame? Flame's another word like spam, yeah. Or the linguist. Yeah, gently reprove the other members for their incorrectness. The linguist list, a group of people with a common interest probably have an existence. The community of linguists exists in the real world, but again, communication made enormously easier. Scientific communities in particular, whose communication before this was restricted to professional meetings or journal publications, now can sustain an active, ongoing communication over the internet and exchange ideas not simply about the sorts of things you publish a scientific article on, an experiment or a new piece of software, whatever, but the kinds of things that people talk about up to now, up in front of the water cooler. Oh, here's a hack to deal with that. Here's a problem we have with tenure in this department. Here's who's going to be the next director of this agency. The kind of gossip or hints and cues or technical tips that they gave each other, that can all be transacted online. And one of the things it does is it means that people who, in virtue of geography or social position, were marginal in those communities, people who lived too far, were too low ranking to be able to go routinely, didn't have the funds to go to meetings, whose contributions were to marginal journals, can now participate in a much more active way in the larger scientific community. It really has changed the way in which science is conducted. At a certain point, when you get things like Meetup, back and forth, which was founded in 2002, originally was the source of the boomlet, or boom, I should say, which became a boomlet for Howard Dean, who then burned out with that cry in Iowa. I don't know if you know this story. But he was for a while the front runner in the Democratic primaries in 2000. No, it had been in 2000, part of the Dean campaign. And then Dean had used Meetup in 2000. Now I'm confused. Anyway, it was involved in it. Dean was one of the first candidates to use the technology. Meetup was founded to connect all these groups, enable people to meet people they didn't know who were working on these campaigns, and became the model for this kind of networked, political, ground-level organization. Groups like the Tea Party have profited enormously from the ability to do this. Now, whether there's also a fair amount of top-down direction or participation, certainly funding for that group or for other groups is another question, but this couldn't have happened without the internet and related phenomena. And in fact, one of the interesting things about the Tea Party is that if you look at it's a group that's composed disproportionately of older people. The average age of the Tea Party is a lot older than even the average Republican, which is older than the average Democrat, and so on. Not a lot of 18-year-olds in that group. That group generally is not very active online. Online activity increases inversely as your age. The younger you are, the more active you are online. For that group, the proportion of online activity is very high. That's one of the few groups of older people where that's an important factor. So there are all these different ways in which online activity can participate or affect social life from, as I say, merely supporting an existing group to just creating a wholly new one. In some ways, it's been argued, these groups, even if they're created online, merely reinforce social divisions that were there before, rather than unifying groups, just reinforce the existing divisions. That's what Dana Boyd argues in the article you read for today. Among other things, for her, class and race play a role in separating MySpace from Facebook, and explain why there was this, as she calls it, white flight from Facebook. Very like the white flight, the term was originally given to the flight of whites from the inner city after the war, when African Americans began dominating those areas. People just left and went to the suburbs. And she reports, as you read, these remarks. MySpace is for the riffraff, and Facebook is for the landed gentry. MySpace just seems like the other side of the tracks. So your homework assignment involved reading the Boyd article and what she had said about this, and the Zadie Smith article, which isn't directly opposed, but she's taking another take on she has another take on this, where it's an interesting article, I think, because she correctly reads the title of the movie, The Social Network, as referring both to how many people saw the movie and how many people didn't understand it. So 3/4 of you saw it. I figured enough would have seen it to be able to give it a sign. She correctly reads the title of the movie as describing not simply both Facebook, the social network was created, and the network of people surrounding Mark Zuckerberg, or the Mark Zuckerberg of the movie. I think it's important to realize that we're talking about this character in the movie, not the real Zuckerberg, who is different in many important ways from that character. And as she points out, the director and screenwriter in their late 40s had their own agenda and their own reasons for creating him the way they did, and making him, so to speak, a proxy for, a symbol of the experience of being online. And for her, that experience is in a certain sense inauthentic and artificial. We were going to live online. It was going to be extraordinary. Yet, what kind of living is this? Step back from your Facebook wall for a moment. Doesn't it suddenly look a little ridiculous? Your life in this format. So I asked you, which of these better describes your own experience? And obviously, parts of each are going to describe experience. But pick one and explain why it corresponds to your own experience. There were a number of really good responses to this, and very interesting. Let me just ask beforehand: how many people here have never had a Facebook account? How many people here do not have a Facebook account now? 3, 4. So you dropped out for one reason or another. How many people here have at one point or another had a MySpace account? Quite a few. And how many of you maintain or actively, you may still have the account, how many of you actively participate, post or read on your MySpace accounts are the ones who? Okay, all right. So the answer is nobody. Nobody's still posting. Nobody's checking in on MySpace to see how. Fans? No indie folk fans here or whatever. They're on Facebook too. Cassandra. Yeah.
Well, I saw YouTube, but I had my face and I did like 5 minutes after I started stuff. And I never thought it in a way that like when I was talking about the racial division and the economic division, I never even thought of it that way. So I think like did an opinion on that. But otherwise, I felt like maybe it was I don't know, I feel like maybe they think that people take my face or Facebook whatever that's seriously. And like they think that people really think that that is like real life, but I don't know, I just thought that was a little harsh.
So step back from your Facebook wall. Doesn't it sound like a little your life in this format? Yeah, if you thought it was your life, it would.
Yeah,
But it isn't. Right? That's what you're saying.
I think that they think that people are just like really manipulated by it. I think that like I don't feel like I ask for something on Facebook and I wouldn't realize like I say things on Facebook and I say people realize making shows. I don't know, I think that I make those things somehow more like than would maybe be how like maybe something really bad, but I don't think Facebook is about that.
That's interesting. I'm going to skip ahead because Michael was another one who had a very different take on this.
Yeah, so
The opposite take on this.
I think for me, like the question about like he didn't like realize being quote unquote normal because people change to like act from who they are. And this actually goes back to the first article that you mentioned. I forget her name, but she had a very good TED talk that she did.
In avoid this? Yeah.
No, not in avoid the article.
Sherry Turkle.
Yeah. So like one of the things that she said was like talking about the ability to edit things and how that changes things. But and that wouldn't have the ability to do that. That fundamentally changes the interaction just on a subconscious level because you can edit things. But my take on like the social networks is like I use them for a very different purpose. Like Facebook, I do mostly interact with friends, people that are further away. But for me, I spend a lot of time on Twitter, and my Twitter account is not something that I use to interact with friends at all. And it's in a way much more nerdy than anything I post on Facebook, just because the people that I interact with are different. And so there are things that I would not say on Facebook because my friends would just give me the craziest looks or writing or whatever. But I'm perfectly okay to post on Twitter just because the people I talk with are that type of community.
So go ahead.
And then like another thing for certain things for Facebook too, I have an account because I still think I will check certain things, but I don't use that much lately. Most of my time spent on Facebook was being fed for things like marketing, just for applications or for school pages or things, and getting aware that way because those types of tools are what you need. So that's really how I look at it as a tool for Facebook.
So if I read this right, what you're saying is, what do you mean my life, right? Or what do you mean me? You are simply the sociologist, Erving Goffman, the great American sociologist of the post-war period, wrote about this enormously one of his most important books, The Presentation of Self in Everyday Life. Anybody sociology majors had to read that? A few hands, yeah. And it's really important. The book talks about self being something you create. He has a very theatrical view of things in these different theatrical settings. You become one person in one group, another person in another group, and the self is somehow constructed. It isn't as if there's a pre-existing self that you march into these things, and then about whom you are then authentic or inauthentic. But your self exists independent of that. Of those views, which is sort of the opposite of what Cassandra's saying, is that you've got a self, and that these participations don't really affect that. Diana Paris. Not here. She wasn't here last time either. She did a good one last time. She made the point, and I think it's good that, and connected to what we're talking about, that people grow, as my sister would say. People grow, and when you're the shift from MySpace to Facebook for her, and I'm sure obviously for a lot of you, because if you look at the hands of people who had MySpace accounts and those who don't, it wasn't probably a question of white flight so much as just now when I was a child, I networked as a child. Now I'm a grown up, and I will network as a grown up. I'm at Cal at Berkeley. Everybody's on Facebook. That's where the people I connect with are, so I'm going to be there. And Sean, yeah, way back today. You made 2 good points, so I'd like you to go. Well, I just read the first one because I think it's funny. Then can you read it from there? The first paragraph, yeah. Yeah.
So brief response on Facebook wall, you realize it's longer than people and it's so long with someone on YouTube that I don't really like most maybe friends over and kind of. The second post is a picture I'm tagging, not me, but one of my friends back home, and uneventful suburb outside Manhattan. Looking behind trains and photos words, we all have that one friend who's really on it. Only some of my friends back home are tagged on it, and that's where you like to on it. I really hope this is where representation of my everyday life. I guess it is, I really need to know it.
Okay. So this is sort of the same point in a drill with that Cassandra made. That's not my life. This is this goofy collection of people that I'm connected with via Facebook. You made another point that's also connected to the point that Diana Paris made that I just read. It's the second paragraph. You can paraphrase that.
Yeah, I basically felt that we kind of know what kind of people are supposed to be on one of these things, one of these sites, and so that kind of draws the membership page one. We kind of use each one for players and outlets and things like that. I'm not sure exactly which one.
Well, let's test your hypothesis. People with accounts on Google Plus. Okay, of you, if you have skinny jeans, leave your hand. No, he says you're hipsters. You're hipsters. How many of you feel like you're hipsters? You wouldn't admit it if you were. I see. Oh. Well, you could be a hipster or a loner. So you're either loners or hipsters, and we'll look at your genes when you leave the term. Yeah. Sure, I'm not going to defend Sean. It's your.
I do go on Reddit. I do go on Reddit.
Hands of people who go on Reddit. Hands of people who go on Reddit. Okay, how many hands? Keep your hands up if you love cats. Okay, well there we go. There we go. Yeah.
What category would I say?
Well, I think, I don't know if Reddit is very like, I feel like the end goal of Reddit is different than people love Facebook, and my favorite goal is that network of people with Reddit to share this. I mean, you can do that on Facebook, but that's not the end goal.
Let me do one more of these. Right, Patrick, you had one. That was all 2 days ago. We can possibly remember 2 days ago.
Okay, I gotta just talk about at the beginning as far as what focus on you publish about yourself, with a lot more of what you want to post when subject matter Facebook versus but with these new sites that you can link sign in with your Facebook account, there's more and more that you weren't posting that that's showing up in the account. That would give an example of the first more looking than the main one. As far as articles you read show up on Facebook site, research and such, and just finding more of what
Right, so Patrick is reading Christina Aguilera fan stories. Patrick is playing Spaceballs, whatever. Patrick is just bought himself a pair of galoshes there. And all of that comes up. That's information about you, and it creates a sense of you that probably isn't wrong, but it's too right. I mean, in a certain sense, it's more information than you want to share, or that is relevant to the interactions with this group, particularly if you. And how many of you? One person said, I think it was. Cassandra, you said your friends. I was surprised at this. My friends in real life are also my friends online. So you would say that if you look at your, we went down your list of Facebook friends. Virtually every one of these is somebody you know who's a friend offline as well. Is that how many people would say the same thing? How many people would not say that? Have friends on Facebook? And you got to raise your hands higher. So at least a third of you have friends on Facebook who are not friends. I mean, there might be people you've met or somebody who's at a party and the next day they send you a friend request and so on and so forth, but they're not your friends. That's an interesting question. I mean, how many of you have, I'm trying to think what the lower threshold is. How many of you have fewer than 150 friends? How many of you have fewer than 300 friends? How many of you have fewer than 500 friends? How many of you have more than 500 friends? These are all your friends. I mean, how many of you ever spend any time studying as opposed to? Yeah.
Obviously, like if you're from a big or something, it's like more difficult size. So there's a lot of stuff.
I want to move on back because you have one more thing.
I went to a huge book out there, but I didn't like to work on my classes anymore. I have to think about things like that. I don't want everybody to know like you're not.
How many of you are on Tumblr? I mean, in your own names or on as a pseudonym? I mean, and is that where you post the real dirt on yourselves? Okay, one more, Aaron.
Just one last thing. Looking around on Facebook is called freaking, whereas looking on Reddit is called that.
Is that true? How many people agree with that distinction?
No answer to the verbiage.
Okay, no, I just want to know if it was just you or if I'm a linguist. Michael, get one more.
Yeah, I was just like, I think about friends too. It really depends on, I know, because a lot of things, like, you go to a conference or something, and you're like, you can't, people add you, and you can, there's certain cases where you really, if you see people on a regular basis that you don't necessarily talk to, you don't necessarily want to reject them on Facebook, because the next time you do happen to see them in person, you can end up with that, like, rejecting them on Facebook thing, which is like, I don't hate you, I just don't talk to you. But, it's easier to just add them in
So what you're saying is the lowest common denominator assumption about what constitutes a sufficient relationship to friend somebody on Facebook is ultimately going to prevail because if you have a higher threshold for that, you're going to be perceived as rude in not responding to it. One last thing. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to move on. This is a topic, obviously, that warms the cockles of your heart. And look, there's this. I mean, obviously, there are lots of takes on this. People have different experiences of it. People use it in different ways. It ranges. It becomes a means of connecting with close friends. I'm sure you've all got your privacy settings. My daughter's, I call her my privacy settings. She's a wizard. Right? She has 19 categories from BFF to former BFF to this person would not be my BFF to the last person in the world. And manages her communications accordingly. And I'm sure most of you are like that because you've been burned before you did. Let me talk now about just this larger phenomenon, the internet. Is the internet a community? Is there a sense in which you can think of the whole internet as a community? This was a view that was very popular beginning in the period in the mid-90s when the internet became a big deal. And there's this question, I think of as asked whether the internet is a piazza, as on the left, or a souk, a market in some Near Eastern country. The